These are some pictures taken last week throughout southern Wisconsin, just showing some of the heavy rainfall and the resulting ponding in lower lying areas, either in fields that had been planted or hadn't yet been planted. So if fields had been planted and received some of those floods, that may raise the question, what is the condition of the corn underneath that standing water? It's important to know that germinating seeds need oxygen to survive. Without oxygen, it's not going to survive very long, just like an actual emerge plant or a human being or anything else. So oxygen is depleted from flooded soils in about 48 hours. It takes a little bit of time to push that oxygen out of the soil pores, and that occurs within about 2 days. But it's going to happen faster in warm soils than it will in cooler soils. So if our soils are in the upper 70s or higher, that's going to happen quicker. Cooler soils, like we usually see this time of year, it actually does help or does occur a little bit slower, so that is going to help us out a little bit. So if seeds are underwater for more than 4 days, the survivability of those seeds goes very, very low. And even if those seeds do survive, they're probably going to be under some very severe stress and going to be stunted. Those plants will be stunted all year long if they do survive. So if you do have some fields that took a lot of water and were flooded, or even just pretty saturated for a couple days, you might be wondering how your corn is doing or is growing after those conditions. So once fields have dried out enough that you can go out and walk those fields and take a look, we want to examine the color and the appearance of the root tissue, the shoot tissue, and the seed itself. So the picture on the right here shows the radicle. This is the first plant part to emerge from the seed. This is the root, and we want it to be nice and firm and white colored and generally looking healthy, like this particular radicle is here. These secondary roots kind of come out at a little bit different angle from the seed, kind of near the coleoptile. And basically, we want all of these tissues to kind of be the same, white, firm, and in good appearance. If we have any brown discoloration or mushy tissue within these tissues, that's a good chance that these plants are under some stress and may not survive. Similarly, if the seed itself, when corn is really young like this before emergence, if it's mushy and water soaked and brown, and if we squeeze it and water oozes out, again, that's a sign that that seed and that young plant might be under some stress and may not have as good a survivability as a plant or a seed that looks like this picture. So within about 3 to 5 days of the water receding and oxygen getting reintroduced back into the soil, plants should start to regrow and get going like they normally would. If we're out there, a week or more after the water's receded, and it looks like those plants aren't growing a whole lot, again, that would be a sign that the survivability and the yield potential of the corn in those areas might not be very high.
That concludes this Pioneer Growing Point Agronomy video podcast. Visit our page on pioneer.com and follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Pioneer for more agronomy insights.